What's up, everybody? It's DJ Kash, the Fly Haitian Kid, of course, live at Apartment 4B here in Atlanta. And welcome to another episode of DJ Kash Podcast. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share the video with a friend. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people watch, but they're not subscribed. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I mean? And on today's episode, we have a very special guest today that goes by the name of DeVille in the building. What's good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm good, man.
It's good
Yes,
to
sir.
COVID protocol. You know,
Yeah,
what I'm
man,
saying?
you know the thing going.
Man, it's good to have you here, man. I was singing the song the entire way here. I was singing Always on My Mind, actually.
Yeah.
I say the song because I don't know. To me, that's like the song of yours that just like gets me every time.
Same.
You know what I mean? So
You
we
sure you
like-
can sing it though?
Nah, I can't sing. but when it plays, I feel like I can. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I think that's what a good song does to you.
Yeah,
It makes you
definitely.
it gets you in a zone where you feel like that's your song too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I feel like I wrote that song to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love that song. One of my most favorite songs like of ever. It just has that type of feel to it. You know?
I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. That song right there changed my life really, in a big way. Cause, you know, in Jamaica as a struggling artist, trying to find your niche, trying to find your way, and eventually you start to produce yourself. And that's what really happened. You know, I mean, I was kind of like tired of doing different recordings for different producers who just wasn't putting in the work
Right.
in terms of my music. So I just started producing myself, and my mind was one of my production that became a winner, you know?
Wow. Okay, wait. So let's rewind. Your father's was actually in music, right?
Yeah. Jah Thomas. From a day, can't them a type of boogie down. I am on Jah Thomas, I've been who dance around, shoulder move, why you get in at it? You know the shreps, you know what I mean?
Right. So that's
Yeah.
that was your first introduction to music.
Yeah.
And so you seen that and decided this is what I want to do.
Actually, I basically, when I used to attend school, like primary school, you know what I mean, and even high school and even church, because I'm a church boy, you know what I mean? I was always trying to be a part of the choir because I just love music that much. And my father, again, was very instrumental in the sense that he's, as I said before, an artist himself and a producer. My father is instrumental being a whole heap of iconic dancehall / reggae music that a lot of people don't really know that person is my father. But they talk about songs like entertainment, it's a form of enjoyment. No matter if I they dance. Come feel enjoy the scene. My father wrote that and produced that.
Mad.
You get what I say? And for the fact that when he used to go to the studio and bring home the cassette, because them days we have cassette tape, we never have CD and them things yet. You know what I mean? And he would bring home like different songs and different tracks he did, like with Little John, Rankin Ty and Supercat, you know, Barrington Levy and them man. There's like, I used to hide and take those cassette tapes and play them. And in no time I learned the songs. You know what I mean? And just by having those iconic artists coming around in the era with my father, I was just bitten by the bug from early.
Nice.
You get me? Yeah.
Nice. So you didn't always start off as a solo act, right? You
No.
were in a group, ARP.
ARP.
Speak to us about how that was like how did you get into the group? Like how did that even like start?
Well, ARP basically came about when about my last year in high school in Jamaica. You know, I knew a friend who lived close to one of the founding members of the group. And basically he told me that, you know, yo, there's a couple of people in my area starting up a group and, you know, we love music, so I think you should come and check it out, you know? And when I went, saw the vibe, loved the vibe. You know, back then we used to emulate like Boyz II Men and
Right.
Shy and Jodeci and these people who were doing mostly Americanized music. We were the version of what Boyz II Men is to America.
Right.
In Jamaica, but singing their kind of music. And that's how the group really started. We just fell in love with BET and
Right.
you know what I mean? MTV and everything, and just wanted to be like those guys, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So the group starts going. You guys start picking up some popularity.
Yeah.
what somewhere down the line you say I'm gonna do my own thing? What was the decision that made you do your own thing?
Well, I mean, after we've been doing the group thing for a number of years, you know what I mean, and even having a close working relationship with the Dr. Beanie Man and the Many Moods of Moses album, we were all over that album, you know what I mean? We had some success in terms of recordings and songs out, but it got to a point where I just felt like the thing gets stagnant, you know what I mean? And some people just wasn't pulling them weight.
Right.
You see me? So if you're in a group and there's 4 different minds or 5 different minds, even if you want to do something, you have to be waiting on the other minds to come and line up with your mind.
Right.
You know, and it just never happened that way there. So eventually now, when I wanted to do other things, some people just wasn't really up to the par with what I wanted to do. So I decided, you know, it's time for me to branch off and start doing something separate. I didn't want to leave the group. I just wanted to do something separate, like, you know, 1A from Boyz II Men step off and do a one song by himself and still a part of Boyz II Men. The man them never really allowed me to do that. So I just started recording by myself, and then eventually I'm like, you know what, since you're not going to allow me to do that and you don't want to be a part of that, might as well just leave it alone and I can do my thing and on the phone thing, you know?
So is that when you moved to Philly? Because I know you moved from Jamaica to here.
Yeah, well, the Philly move came because I started doing some solo thing, and of course, you know, when you leave a group and you go solo, I gotta tell you, it's not easy. You feel me? Trust me. You're starting back over again from square one. To now, I am a no-name artist. I don't have a track record to myself by being solo.
Gotcha.
So now I have to now get used to being an individual on stage all by myself. The greatest thing about that, though, is that I was already recording songs by myself and saying it's ARP, even though I'm the one doing everything. You feel me?
Oh, which is probably one of the, I'm guessing, one of the reasons why y'all broke up in the first place.
Exactly. Exactly. Because I'm like, yo, I'm doing all this work, and then when showtime come and dudes turn up and some members do shows and then disappear after they make our money, you don't see them again. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, might as well.
Right.
But in the midst of that, me doing the solo thing and, you know, trying to make a name for myself, it wasn't where I wanted to be. So I decided to leave and go to Philadelphia and get a 9 to 5 like a normal person.
Wait.
You know?
So wait. wait. So wait. So when you move, all right, when you moved to the States, when you moved to Philly, what did you move with the mindset of, okay, I'm going to go and pursue my solo career? Or did you at first go to Philly and say, I'm done with the music?
No. I already started pursuing a solo career, trying to make my way in a solo way. Just wasn't working out or wanted to work out. Again, because I wanted to do my music a particular way, and the producers just wasn't allowing me to do that. So I stepped away from the business, went to Philly to try to clear my head and see if I can be norm, you know?
What kind of job does DeVille get? I mean, where are you going to work? How does that work?
Listen to me go, yo. My God, that's what the thing be. Yeah, well, I'm going to keep it real. Yeah, I was working in a factory making speakers.
Wow.
I was on the line, like, making speakers, you know what I mean?
So that got to be a humbling experience. That got to be very humbling. You go from doing shows, working with producers, being part of the whole Shocking Vibes crew, and then now in some poetic way, you're doing a 9 to 5, working on speakers, still music almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that has to be a humbling experience.
It was. It was. I'm going to show you how deep it is. I never forget. I was going to work one morning and it was cold outside, man, like snow. You know what I mean?
And Philly snow, let's be clear, Philly snow is real
snow.
Now
I'm still brother.
Yeah.
So here I am at the bus stop and, you know what I mean? I'm waiting for the bus to come and I'm like there having a reasoning in my head, like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing, dude? Like, really? You know,
you're an artist.
Leave nice hot Jamaica to, you leave the music to come and do this, like, but right there and then I kind of made up my mind that I needed to go back to Jamaica and, you know, get back onto the musical train. You know, and at that time was also when I made my mind up to start producing myself. You get me? Because I was around my father for many years, going with him to the studios. I used to walk with the 24 tracks and the 2 tracks, and
Right.
you know what I mean? So I used to sit there and watch him how he operates from a production standpoint. And again, I was by Pentos, by Donovan Jermaine, watching him how he operates from a production standpoint. So I was picking up all these things like a sponge. So when I leave and it was time for me to come back, I'm like, you know what? I want to start producing myself. This will allow me the opportunity to do a record. And if I want 50 tracks to sing harmonies on, there's no producer to tell me
No. Right.
that, yo, right now, I have 10 tracks and I need 10 artists and you only can get 1 track. You feel me?
Right.
None of it anymore.
Right.
I just basically decided to do my thing by myself, and that's when I decided to come back to Jamaica, and that's what happened. I came to Jamaica, and the very first song I produced is a remake of a song called In Heaven. Baby, you're all that I want when you're lying here in my... You know what I mean? And that song became the first hit record that really kind of created a buzz for me as a solo artist. You know what I mean?
If you're already in America, you had experience doing American style R&B.
Yeah.
Why not stay in America and try bust?
Nah, man. That's hard, B. I mean, I've heard the stories of American artists who's trying to break into America, into the American market, and they're having it real hard. Me as an outsider, I think it would have been triple hard. And then again, I already had links in Jamaica. I already had my connection that I basically made from me being in ARP, and then after I leave ARP. So I kind of understand the landscape and knew how things operate. You feel me? Versus me trying to come and figure out how the American landscape operate. You feel me?
Got you. So how were you received when you go back? Because some time has passed.
Yeah.
Nobody's heard from you music-wise. You left the group. You know what I mean? And we don't got to talk about it, but I know y'all group and TOK had a little spat.
Man, really
we don't got to get into it. But what I'm saying is, all of that happens, and then you stop. Time passed.
Yeah.
How are you received when you go back?
Well, I tell you one thing. I mean, when I went back, the only thing people really care about in terms of the music is you coming with a hit record. A hit record changes
Solves
everybody's
everything.
mind. They don't care where you've been. You feel me? Once you have a hit record, that's it.
Right.
You feel me? Yeah.
So you start producing. How do you like out the gate just come with a record that just like, because singing is one thing and producing is another, bro. Like producing, it's a type of thing that it's like you kind of have to have, everything has to be right.
Yeah.
The snare, the kick, everything has to be right. You know what I'm saying?
I tell you what, when I went back to Jamaica at that time, I was also recording for other producers as well, like Dan Calione, Renaissance, you know what I mean? King Jammy's sons, all of his sons actually. Right. You feel me? I was still recording with Pentos Records, you know what I mean? 2 other records, which is where Sean Paul bass was, among other producers. But at the same time, again, even though I was now getting a little bit more respect because I was now being given, I'm now allowed to record on more than 1 track. I'm getting like 3, probably 4 to do harmonies on and stuff.
Right.
I still didn't feel like my music was where I wanted it to be. You know what I mean? And then I was in the kind of like the same vein as Elephant Man and Sean Paul's and, you know what I mean, the Bounty Killers and Beanie Man, because I was on all of these dancehall rhythms, you know, French Vanilla, Thunderclap, you know what I mean, mad instrument. All of the talks where know them, you know?
Right.
But I never forget though when, before I get the first hit record, I was there at Pentos Records now, and at that time we had an artist named Zoomj and Assassin.
Zoomj, yeah.
And they were actually there with me. We were all young artists at Pentos trying to make our way, and Zoomj got his first hit record, Leave Me at Pentos. Assassin came and saw me, got his first hit record, then left. And I was like, yo, what go on? You know what I mean? Because I sing good song too, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I never forget Donovan Jermaine sat me down and said, yo, listen, Assassin, Zoomj are DJs. They can do 10 songs per day and 15 songs for the week just to keep their thing like this.
Right.
Your strong point is singing. You know what I mean? You only need one hit record. When you get that one hit record, that can keep you for the rest of your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? When they're busy trying to find the next hit record, because that hit record they had only lasts for 1 month. You know what I mean? And when I got the first hit record, that was it for me. Light bulbs went off. Right. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I'm right where I want to be. You know what I mean? I have the knowledge from my surroundings and watching all of these other people, and I absorb everything like a sponge because music is my passion. You know what I mean? I just wanted to do it to the best of my ability. You know? Yeah.
Is that why? Because before we started recording, we was behind the scenes talking. Is that why you don't like to be? You mentioned you don't like to be like put in a box.
Yeah.
You mentioned like, listen, man, like I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Like, so is that the reason why like you don't want to necessarily be considered like a dancehall artist or?
I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah,
man, I hate that, man. People, Lovers Rock artists. I don't have anything bad to say about Lovers Rock because I sing Lovers Rock too. Mm-hmm. Lovers Rock gave me my first hit record, as they would say. Matter of fact, reggae music gave me my first hit record. Mm-hmm. And all of my songs are reggae music by foundation, by the bass.
Right.
But I have other genres that I also do, and I interact and I basically put things together. On My Mind is a reggae track, by genre. But if you listen On My Mind, it has pop, you know what I mean? Right. It has R&B, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's how I do my thing. If you listen Can't Get Over You, it has country. It has R&B, but the reggae flavor has to be that bed note that keep it going. You feel me? I do dancehall, I do Afrobeat, you know what I mean? I do praise and worship, because I'm not just a singer and a artist of just the, what you would call secular music.
Right.
I am a Christian. You feel me? I'm a saved man, so I mean, certain things I used to do, I don't do anymore. You know what I mean? So of course, I have to incorporate my Lord and my Creator in whatever I do. You feel me?
If reggae is the foundation of most of the things you're doing, do you think like, I feel like reggae is probably the most influential but least recognized genre
it is
ever. So but do you think having that mindset is what makes other people able to come and claim it and kind of run with it and not give it the mention that they own?
The funny thing is they don't claim it.
Right. They call it everything else but reggae.
Yeah, because if you claim something, you know what I mean, you're going to say the name and say what it is.
Right. But I think sometimes that's what gives them the courage to like maybe take it and run with it and call it something else.
All pirates come to rob us. Listen, them come and them take from the thing and they don't give back to the thing.
Right.
I don't really like that.
Right.
I've seen it happen so many times. I'm listening to tracks on the radio and they're like, this is a pop record. Right. That's a reggae track, B.
Right. But what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. So if you say, don't consider me just a reggae artist, then they come in and be like, okay, you don't want that genre? I'll take it.
No. The thing is this. I will never, ever say I don't do reggae.
Oh, okay, got you.
I do reggae, but I don't only do reggae.
Got you, okay.
That's the thing that I'm annoyed with. You feel me? I do reggae and I do other things too. My song, all of the talks we know them I got this make me see a lion fire. That's not a reggae track. That's a dancehall track.
Right.
So I can't say that's reggae or that's a Lovers Rock. Right. So if I'm a Lovers Rock artist, is that a Lovers Rock song? You know what I mean? It's not. You feel me? On My Mind, many people will say, oh, it's this and this, but it's a reggae track, B. It's not a Lovers Rock track. It's a reggae track. You feel me? Can't Get Over You, yeah, you might say Lovers Rock because of the way to move.
Right.
You feel me? But the thing is, I think a lot of people aren't really familiar with the difference between genres. They must call a song or call something whatever they want to call it. I hate that. You know what I mean? They hear country music and say, oh, well, that's a pop song. You know? it's a pop to them. It's just pop to them. You know what I mean?
Right. But
Yeah.
you know, Cranium, he came on the show and he made a really good argument. He feels that there's no such thing as crossover, as like crossover records. He just feels like a good record is a good record.
It is.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So he feels like whatever you want to call it.
Call it.
Right.
But don't call whatever you want to call a particular song. That's your right.
Right.
You feel me? But when you say the artist, don't address the artist as lovers rock singer. I'm not a lovers rock. I sing lovers rock music, but that's not all I do. I consider myself a musician. I consider myself an artist. I consider myself a versatile artist because of all the things that I do and the different areas I play parts in. I'm a producer, I'm a songwriter, you know what I mean? I'm a performer, yeah, I'm a vocalist. I sing all my harmonies. 99% of the time I sing my harmonies. I do my own arrangement. So I am also an arranger, you know what I mean? I own my own record label, you feel me? So I am an independent artist just doing my thing and with my own vibe and my own flavor, you feel me? Yeah.
So
Don't
like-
box me up.
Right. So records like I said, like On My Mind is like my favorite record. One from you, and then like
Would you consider that song to be a lover's rock song?
no, I would definitely say it was reggae.
Yeah.
But I mean, it all falls under the umbrella of reggae. If you ask me, dancehall, everything stems from reggae. All the Love is Rock, everything, rock steady, ska.
Well,
To me, all of it is
I mean
under
the big
reggae
roof.
umbrella.
The big roof that covers the house.
Right.
Okay, so reggae is the cover on the house and everything is under the umbrella of reggae.
Exactly.
I'm cool with that.
Right. Because that's how I feel.
I'm cool with that.
Because I feel like when you separate it, that's just ways for other people to take it and dissect it and to try to turn it into something else. It's all reggae. It all comes from reggae. That's how I feel.
You're right. No, you're right.
You know what I mean?
And again, if you see me as a reggae artist, David, I'm good with that. But when it's a lover's rock, right away, I can tell that you're trying to box me up. You know what I'm saying? You're taking me from the main
Right.
cover of the thing, which is the umbrella of the entire genre and the different genres
Right.
within.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I put me in that little box in that corner. I said, well,
Right.
I'm the lover's rock under the reggae umbrella.
Right.
Him don't do dancehall. Him don't do ska. You know what I'm saying? No,
right,
I'm a part of that big umbrella that cover the whole entire house. I'm a reggae, if that's the way you want to put it.
But so like a record like On My Mind is just like it's one of those records that will never get old. Like my kids will be singing that record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those records those feel good records that doesn't matter what point of time you drop that record, it's gonna be an amazing record. Do you feel pressure as a producer, as a writer, as a singer to like chase that and top that record?
Yo, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes, but here's what it boils down to, and here's where I am at right now, because for a period of time it was like that. You know what I mean? You're as good as your last hit record. I've been told. You feel me? But I always tell myself that On My Mind was, for the time when it came out, probably the best of me then. But there's still a much better part of me that the people haven't heard yet. You know what I'm saying? And now is the time that they're hearing that. You get me? I do know one thing though. On My Mind gave me what you would call a boundary. It gave me a line that I'm trying my best not to ever fall below. You get me? It's my marker.
It gave you a standard.
A standard.
Like, okay, it has to be this or better.
So whatever I comment after On My Mind, it has to be on the same par or above.
Got you.
You feel me? And I do think that the stuff I'm coming up with now is above that. Finally. And it took me years to finally get to that point.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
Now, because at one point I was like busy trying to be in the rat race, you know, trying to find that next hit record to compete. You know, I'm no longer competing. You know, I'm just doing the music now in a very comfortable place. And my passion is even more now because of my newfound faith. I realized that certain things I can't control. And I used to believe that I can control the narrative in terms of the next song I come with, and it should be better than On My Mind. And I realized that that's not my job. My job is to do the music from here.
Right.
You
I was
get
gonna
me?
say that. Do you think the reason why even that project, that whole project that On My Mind was on was so good because it came from a genuine place?
Yeah.
Because that song is actually about
Whoa,
somebody, right?
Man, I tell you, B. Yo, that entire album is about somebody.
Word.
Yeah. Yesterday is gone. I'm telling her, listen, we can't be fighting over the same thing. Forgive me now, man. You know what I mean? She's still not forgiving me. I'm like, this time I promise I'm never gonna hurt you again. I'm telling her, yo, listen, if you give me a chance again, I promise you, I ain't gonna mess up like all the 50 million times I messed up before. Can't get over you. She still ain't back yet. You know what I mean?
Wait, so you never got her back?
Not yet. You know what I mean? You know, I'm in love with you, baby. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I'm still telling her, yo, I'm still in love with you. Yo, what you doing? You know what I mean?
No, but I mean in current days, like how did that work out then?
Well, eventually, I mean, she came back.
Mm.
You know, but when I was making those records, she was really giving me a hard time because,
Well, you
You
was
know-
giving her a hard time.
you know, I got my hand caught in the cookie jar one too many times, you know what I mean? And I guess, I ain't gonna lie to you though, I have to thank her though, because without that, or those incidents that lead up to that, maybe David wouldn't have On My Mind and all this other record that came
Gotcha.
along with it. You know what I mean? So, a bad thing bring good fruits to the table that I'm still eating off. I'm still eating from right now.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
So you mentioned that you recently born again.
Yeah.
How does that affect? Do people judge? In my experience,
Mhm.
I've seen that artists get judged when they take their faith more serious,
Sure.
and people think there's gonna be a decline in their music now because they're
Yeah.
gonna force their
Yeah.
new faith on people.
No.
That's in my experience. That's what I've seen.
I know.
Right.
I know, and I've seen it too, yeah.
Right.
But you see, when you understand your Lord and Master and that you serve, when you understand who you're serving, you realize that you only answer to one, to the one, and not to people, because people gonna always talk, whether you're born again Christian or not, because they were talking before that. You know what I'm saying? So now that I am this, they're gonna talk some more.
Uh-huh.
You feel me? And even if I wasn't this, they're still gonna be talking. You get me?
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's about me, my faith, and my relationship with God Almighty Himself. You get me? It's about me, my relationship with God. First of all, my family, my wife and kids, my music, and everybody else and everything else comes after. You get me? I do know people, and I've heard it before, people are like, yo, so does this mean that you're not going to sing reggae anymore and you can't sing On My Mind anymore and all these different songs? Of course, I can sing these songs because who's the author of love?
Right.
God is the author of love.
Right.
You feel me? It's just that God created everything, and of course, you know, the enemy take it and turn it around and help people to mess it up. You know what I mean? What me I sing about? Always on my mind.
Right.
You can't sing it in a church, don't?
This true. You could be talking about God.
You feel me? Exactly. Happy. My new song, Happy.
Mm-hmm.
Singing about happiness. You can't sing it in a church. If you're a Christian, you can't sing it.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? I just know that my responsibility is not to try to please the flesh. You can't please the flesh.
Right.
My responsibility and my aim is to please the spiritual part of what life is about. You get me? If I take care of the spiritual will take care of the flesh. You dig?
Mm-hmm.
My music, but I dream about music. That's why I write my songs. I don't get pen and paper and write music. It comes to me in my dream.
Mm.
I can go in my studio right now and show you hundreds of songs and demos. I get in my dream, and I wake up in the middle of my dream and grab my phone and come in and wake up the people in the house. You know what I mean? And then here they are. They come to fruition and doing these wonderful things for people. On my mind, you know how much people I've came across many times to say, yo, my youth, you know, see a song, see my relationship. Me and my girl have a look of vibe and but just put in a song and we're good again. That's God. That's spiritual right there. Feel me?
Right.
Yeah, don't affect it.
So does this mean like, since we're talking about like how versatile you are and stuff, does this mean we could possibly maybe even get a gospel album?
Of course.
Nice.
Okay. So I don't call I call my music praise and worship. You know what I mean? Inspirational music. You feel me? And I have quite a few of those in the works right now. You get me? So yeah, definitely.
Can we get a feature with Marion Hall?
I plead the fifth. I think it's in there when I mix up. All right, listen to me, good man. Marion good, man. Love Marion, man. I'm a friend, you know. Yeah, man. Marion good from the days of way back when, you know, that lady star is.
Right.
You get me? So I have nothing but love for her, you know what I mean? And yeah, love her.
So when you write music now, like you say, your new song, how much do you keep that in mind with your new faith? How much do you keep that in mind? Do you feel like you have a responsibility to, to keep the lyrical content in a certain lane?
I have to have a responsibility, definitely. Whatever I put out there, because them say word is power, right?
Absolutely.
And word, whatever you speak, comes to life. You know what I mean? So you have to be careful to use your mouth and what comes out. The greatest thing about me and my music is that I was always singing music that is from the spiritual realm, from morning. You get me? So it's kind of easier for me to transition the way I'm doing it right now.
Or you might even say
I'm not
it's not a
cartel.
transition.
I'm not cartel.
Right.
In other words, you know what I'm saying?
Your lyrics ain't a bag of slackness.
No, I'm not back of them something. Right, you see me? I can sing all my hit records right now still on stage.
Right.
Not a problem.
Right.
You get me? And then the new stuff I'm coming with and the stuff I had there before I did this. So, God was already preparing me for this moment. You get me?
Right.
Yeah.
So when you write songs like, it seems like now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you're in a different space and a different energy.
Yeah.
Like even now, the way you promote your records, the way I see you out there way more.
Yeah.
I see you moving more. I see you even going harder with the music, saying, "Look, this is a dope project." Like going out there as maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I didn't see that as much.
Yeah.
Does your faith have anything to do with that?
Yeah, big time.
Nice.
Big time, because now I know. You see, I never know before. I was still contemplating and still ifing and butting and in a state of confusion. But once you know the source, you understand that the source takes care of all things. You know what I mean? You direct my steps. You dig? You know, when I was ready, when I thought I was ready, I wasn't ready yet. You get me? Now, he's letting me know that now is the time by all the opportunities that he has presented to me. Because I never had a lot of the opportunities I'm having now. All that time when I was there thinking I was ready. You know what I mean? Like, yo, how come this not move? You know what I mean? The art, I was like, yo, don't worry yourself, man. I already write up your prescription. You know what I mean? And I got it set for you. That's weird. Right. You feel me? And this timing is the best timing. Because right, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. When I put out this record, Happy, my only intention was to, it's weird. I intended to release this song like 2 weeks before Valentine's Day with no date in mind. I just know that I have a show coming up in Valentine's Day. I'm going to be in California performing. And something says to me, and I think it's the Holy Spirit actually, says to me, release a song on Valentine's Day. I'm like, okay. Valentine's Day. That's the date to release. And my only intention was to put it up on my Spotify and the online stores and just do a social blast. Next thing you know, I sent it to one sound system person, which is Stone Love, Diamond from Stone Love. And dude was like, yo, dude, this record. And I still wasn't buying into what he was saying because I'm like, okay. And then from him to other people, around the world started playing the record, and here we are right now. The song is like really picking up some momentum, so I'm very blessed.
It's very true what you say about when you think you're ready, because they say if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Like you think you think it's on your time, but it's not.
It's not your time.
And, I can definitely see, as a fan and as a person who loves this genre of music, I can see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can see the different energy, the different aura. I can feel just the different. It's almost like you're a new artist.
Yeah.
That's the energy I get. Like I get like the hunger of a new artist, and like the energy and the happiness of a new artist. So that's why the name of the song too is very fitting.
Yes. And I'll tell you this too. Before I put out this record, I was about to call it a day. I was about to retire from music totally. Trust me, I remember I called
you about to get a 9 to 5 again?
No. Well, there's so much different pages to my life.
Right.
I did military. I was in the military. You feel me? I retired from
Jamaica or here?
No, here.
Wait a minute.
I was a licensed ENT, emergency medical technician. You feel me? You didn't know that, right?
Wow.
I was a reservationist at JetBlue. You didn't know that, right? There's so much different lives to my pages to my book, to my life. You feel me? But that's just me. I'm never the kind of individual that wanted to stand up on one leg. I love to push my brain and push life and see what else is there that I can do for myself to build myself and broaden my horizon. You feel me? I did all of that.
Wait, when did you have these occupations? Because it's funny too, as a fan, it's like a lot of us fans, and even me being in the industry, I forget the heavy load that this industry like puts on your back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the things you got to go through that make you say sometimes, like you said, forget it. I just want to be normal. Like I just want to go do this and just be normal. I don't want to do this no more.
But just to address before we get, let me address the first thing you said about if I was gonna get a 9 to 5 again. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It's an honest job.
Absolutely
you feel me?
Nothing.
The problem is that a lot of people live in the hype and I realize the reality of their circumstances. Right. I got 2 kids at home, man. I got 2 boys. I got my wife. I got bills to pay. I got responsibilities. I'm a grown man.
I actually commend that because most artists won't get off their high horse. Most artists, they're going to talk about the good old days for the next 50 years and then tell their kid why they can't, not have an explanation to their kid why they can't feed them. You know what I mean? So I actually commend it. That's why I'm like, when did you do this? Because as a fan on the outside looking in, you always look at these artists as all the way up here and you're always making millions of dollars. And
it's like this, bro. I put the horse back into the stable. I got on my bicycle. And even though one day when the bicycle tire gets flat, I walk. You feel me? I'm good with that. As long as I'm getting to where I need to get, I'm fine with that.
And if you stop walking, even if you crawl.
You got to crawl. You know what I mean? But listen, I did the military while I was still doing music. And in the height of my career, to the point where I remember when I joined the military and nobody knew who I was. So, of course, eventually there had to be somebody, some Jamaican in the American army because I know you. So I remember that day when I signed the contract in MEPS. No lie, I put my name on the dotted line in MEPS, and I was walking away, and the dude in MEPS took the paperwork, and it was like, "Yo, superstar." I'm like, "Huh? We own you now." I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, man. I know you. We own you now." No lie. Wow. And that first night in basic training, boy, I cried like a girl, boy.
Yeah?
I cried worse than a girl. You know why I cried, though?
What?
Because I was like, what am I doing? I'm like, dude, I got the #1 song in reggae right now. I'm on top. I'm touring. What am I doing here? What am I doing to myself? You feel me? But the thing is, when I left school in Jamaica many years ago, there was 2 things I wanted to do. I wanted to be in the military, and I wanted to do music. The military I wanted to do first. And when I wrote the American Army at that time, they answered me back and told me that I needed to have a green card. I didn't have it because I just came out of high school. Then I wrote the Jamaican Army. The Jamaican Army answered me back, but the day I got the letter from the Jamaican Army was the day I was supposed to report. And they wanted me to come with a whole bunch of documentations that I didn't have in my possession. So that the scrap, you dig? Then I just went on to the music. And then when I came to America and I saw the opportunity, I wanted to join the Air Force. You feel me? But when I went to the Air Force, they had some kind of age restriction that dropped, and it went like 1 year below where I was. And I was told, well, if you get into the service, you can get a transfer. Once I got into the Army held on to me. They wouldn't let me go. Even though the Air Force gave me documentation saying, yo, we want you to transfer and come over here. Have your chain of command, sign this documentation, and come over. And my sergeant keep telling me, don't worry, we got you. We'll square you away. Okay? We got you. Don't worry about it. Right. And he keeps telling me that until eventually the date on the paperwork ran out and I was stuck in the Army. But I have no regrets. You feel me? Because I served, I did my time, and I did it honorably. I came up with honorable discharge. You know what I mean? And right now I am a veteran. I am a veteran.
Wow.
You feel me?
That is amazing. I never knew that. But my thing is why? Like,
why not?
Why? Like, why?
Yo, B,
like you're okay. Like,
life is like this. You only live now. You don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So if you have something that you want to do it. Why not? Do it, man. I wanted to do the Army. I did it. I didn't wait. You feel me? Had I waited, I wouldn't be able to join later. The moment came, and I was like, you know what? I'm doing this, but I want to do this too. I'm going to do it. And I did it.
So that first night, what what was it that made you be like, ball out and be like, yo, why? What did they put you through? Like, what?
Because I'm in the bunk with a whole bunch of people that strangers, and I'm used to giving orders. I am my own boss, and I'm being told when to bathe, when to brush my teeth, when to go use the bathroom. I'm like, to the point where my sergeant keep calling me Mr. Attitude, and I'm like, because they hey, Private, get down, give me 10, and I'm like, huh? yeah, it's like,
you went in your wallet and gave him 10.
Dude, you know who I am?
Right.
Like, okay, you want to get down, give me 10. You better get down and give 10, B.
So how many other people recognized you?
I feel that a couple of Jamaicans were there, and a couple of Americans who actually knew my music. You know, one of my sergeant, he recognized who I was, and I had a couple of Jamaicans there as well in basic training. They recognized who I was. You know what I mean? So I thought I would go in and do my thing, and nobody would recognize me, but I was in for a big surprise.
Wow. Yo, that is crazy. I had no idea.
But trust me, listen to me though. But when you serve and when you do get yourself in a situation like that, it teaches you discipline. And I guess that's what separates me from certain things and helped me to be the man that I am. You know, certain things before that and before other experiences I've had in my life, you know, I was a hype dude. I wasn't one of them dudes like, I didn't think my shit stings because I had a hit record. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, I'm the boss. You know, you saw a bunty move and you saw being a man move. I mean, big man thing. But
right.
It took one person to knock me off my IRs and get me to the right place in terms of my frame of mind. And that was the same girl I wrote those songs about. Because I had hit records, and then when I go on stage and perform, the people wasn't like really gravitating to me because I was a different person. And then one day she looked at me and said, yo, see this person you are in the house? That's the person the people out there want to know. Because this person right here in the house is real. And this right here is the person that I love, and I'm quite sure that anybody who see this person, they're going to love this person too. That person that you're pretending to be, they're not feeling that person. The moment she told me that, no lie, my life changed. I started being just me. And all of a sudden now people were gravitating not just to my songs, but they were now gravitating to me as a person.
Wow.
You feel me? And I took that with me and through my life. That's why I was able to do the military thing. I got through it. You know what I mean? I was already there and I already recognized that once I sent that documentation and I do this like we own you now, I had to do my time. When I went into basic training, there were females running circles around me when it was time for me to run. I never forget when it came down to time for graduation. You have to do PT tests. You have to do X amount of push-ups in a certain amount of time, X amount of sit-ups, and you have to run 2 miles in a certain amount of time. I think it was like 14 minutes, 2 miles in 14 minutes. And they showed me this dude who was there for like maybe 2 years. Why was he there? He's unable to graduate because he cannot pass his PT test. And the government, the military owns him. So he can't go nowhere until they decide he's allowed to go somewhere. You feel me?
Wow.
And in order for him to move further, he has to pass his PT test. And I said to myself,
I'm not gonna be that.
no, I want out. I need to pass this test. I was sick like a dog bee when it was time for me to run. And even my drill sergeant told me I'm not allowed to run. And I still went to the track. I gave it my all. I'm like, not today. I'm graduating, B. I'm getting out of here.
Well, me personally, I have a newfound level of respect for you because, I mean, it says a lot for a man to do what needs to be done when it needs to be done.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And no matter what his circumstances is, no matter what his reputation is, that is to me like the definition of a man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, I mean, for what it's worth, you have my respect, like my highest respect, because I feel like that's, like I said, that's the definition of being a man, doing what needs to be done when it needs, regardless of how it looks, and you're feeding your family, and you're doing, and even sometimes, even if it doesn't have to be done, even if it's something that you just want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where it's like, I'm here, but I want to do this, and I don't care what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
You see, life, I understand when life throws, as they would say, when life throws limes at you, you just take them and make some lemonade, man. You see me? So, life has thrown its blows in this direction, and by the grace of God, I've been able to take it and spin it and just do what I need to get done. And no man is an island, and I'm not. I at this point, as I said before, I was about to call it a day with music, and I never forget I call Adonai, Ras Adonai from Dread from Adonai. And I'm telling him like, yo, I'm about to throw the towel in, And he's like, yo, we had a David, you're mad? Can't do that singer. No, man, you want to go, man, I'm going to link up. You want to go, if you would feel for, I'm going to throw this person in your corner, and they're going to help you to recognize certain other elements that needs to be taken care of, and they will help you to open up your mind and realize that that's not what you want to do. And that's what they did. And Joshua came on board. You feel me? And because before that, I was just a self-fueled artist. All this time with On My Mind and all these tracks, I'm doing everything, man. I'm doing the production, I'm doing bookings, behind the scene. It's like I'm managing myself.
Travel, everything.
Everything, B. I'm trying to maintain a label because I'm producing myself. I'm producing other artists as well. And it was just too much. You feel me? And now, eventually, I got married. Now I'm a father, and I'm a hands-on dad. I'm a school teacher because when they had the virtual thing, I literally had to sit there every single day. From the moment the bell rang in school with my kids in front of the computer until it goes out. Every day. You feel me? Making sure that they're on par. You know what I mean? My wife works at night, so when she's working in the medical field, I am home being mommy and daddy. You feel me? And when she's home, she's sleeping, and I'm still being mommy and daddy. You dig? So, responsibilities, you just have to pick it up on your shoulder and realize that, that's just life, B. Right. Life happens. Right. You do what you need to get done. I'm a family man. You get me? I have to take care of my responsibilities. You dig?
So being everything that you went through, your newfound faith, what do you want to see happen with the music this go around?
Come on, man. We just want to we want to take the music to the different levels, not just the next level, because there's levels to this thing. You feel me? I'm still aiming for at least 3 Grammys. I'm just being real. I'm talking it.
Right.
Word is power. 3 Grammys. You know what I mean? A number 1 song. If it's even one number 1 song on the Billboard charts, I'll take it. There's one hit wonders out there. You know what I mean? They're written better than me and you. I'm fine with that. I just want to go there one time. Billboard charts. You know what I mean? The most important thing I want to see happen to this music is for it to be embraced by any and everyone. You feel me? Because it's not my music anymore. What I spoke about now when I say Billboard and the accolades, that's just from the flesh perspective. That's for me. The most important thing I want to see happen is for God Almighty Himself. And I do believe that this song, His hands is on it. Like the other songs to come. It's not mine anymore. You feel me? Take myself out of the picture.
Does it matter what genre you win it in?
Doesn't matter.
Because what if you get like nominated for gospel?
It doesn't matter.
Right.
That's not my doing. That's His doing.
Nice.
I have to just bask in the moment. I mean, can you imagine that? Yeah. If I win a Grammy in the gospel, like, oh, wow.
That would be, right.
Oh, that's sweet, boy. You know what I'm saying?
I know you don't want to be pigeonholed.
Nah, man. Not with that.
Right.
Not with that.
So we was having this, and it's funny. So speaking of that, we was having this argument off air about artists and where they are, what are they considered, and what it. So you don't necessarily want to be considered just a dancehall artist, just a lovers rock artist, just a. And we were talking, and when we talked about pop and crossover and whatever, we brought up Shaggy. And you said you don't.
Big up Arville Burrell to the fullest. I'm a friend.
So wait, that's the same name as you, don't
yeah,
you?
Man. Yeah, we share.
Crazy.
First name.
But you said Shaggy. You wouldn't consider him dancehall.
No, I wouldn't consider him a dancehall artist. I consider Shaggy to be an international recording artist. Internationally, he record anything that comes across his board that he thinks fits whatever he wants to represent. When it comes to music and me, and I think probably Shaggy would say the same thing too, it's once I hear it and I vibe it and I love it and I feel it, I'm going to do it.
No matter what genre.
Doesn't matter what genre it is. Not because I'm dancehall, you're going to tell me, so, okay, whatever I should love and whatever I should vibe to has to be dancehall. You know what I mean? Right. That's like you liking a pair of black jeans and maybe your girl will tell you, say, you know, say, honey, that one pair of black jeans you put on looks good on you, but you want to wear a blue one. You know what I mean? And a purple one too. I'm not going to wear the black jeans because you think the black jeans alone look good on me.
Right.
Me thinks that purple jeans look good on me too. I'm going to wear that.
But if a lot of his music is reggae undertones, don't you think that would consider him a reggae / dancehall artist?
No.
No?
No. I don't. Is Angel a reggae song? You consider Angel to be a reggae song?
Yes.
Okay. What about the song Woman? The smile of a strength of a woman. Is that reggae?
All right. I would say.
Why me, Lord? I sang harmonies on that song, by the way. Why me,
all right, but
Lord?
I would say maybe he's a dancehall artist that does other genres.
Oh man, here you go, man. You sounding just like some of them other people. Oh well, you know, he's a lovers rock singer who sings other genres.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying. I completely get it. I think just us as Caribbean people just want to claim our own. You know what I'm saying? We want to be like, that's our guy.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I have no problem with my people or anybody at all claiming me. You feel me? I mean, if you love my music, and it doesn't matter to me where you're from and who you are and how you want to claim me, as long as you know you love the music first. You get me?
And for the record, I think Shaggy would agree with you. I think if Shaggy were here, I think he would agree with you. You know what I mean? When we do music and we put it out there, we love the fact that it's appreciated.
You get me? Doesn't matter what genre it is. When we do it because we truly want to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? We love what we do. You get me? I've worked with Shaggy before. We co-write a song that I did on a song called Fling It Up On Me.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? On one of his rhythm projects that he put out years ago. I remember I was there and we were co-writing this song together. You feel me? And I'm like, the passion that he has for music, it's just on a different level.
Right.
You get me?
Right.
I've worked around him and I've seen him doing his thing. He's passionate about what he does. But I'm not going to sit here and say that everything he does is reggae. It's not.
I would agree.
And I would not pigeonhole Shaggy and say Shaggy is reggae and dancehall. He does some of that. But what about the other records?
Right.
You feel me?
I would agree because Shaggy's an amazing artist, period. I would just say artist, period, because the youth has range. You know what I'm saying? So I would agree. It's just my selfishness and my love for the culture is what does that. You know what I mean?
I love my culture. I love my reggae music. And if it wasn't for reggae music, I wouldn't be here right now.
Right.
You feel me? It's a foundation of what I do. But that's not the only thing I do.
Gotcha.
You get me? It has lifted me up in terms of my music, and it has put food in my basket. You dig? So I will always carry that flag, that Caribbean flag, that Jamaican flag, that reggae music flag. You get me? But I would also love to be allowed to express myself musically in whatever other genre I want to.
I would say that's fair because for us to feel like, or for me to say, or fans, period, to say like, oh, he's this type of, it is unfair, and it is putting you in the box,
Yes.
even if it's under a giant umbrella like reggae.
Yes.
It is unfair.
Totally.
You know what I mean? It is unfair. It's like me as a soundman, as a selector, for somebody to say I can't play hip hop. You know what I mean? Or to say, or somebody just to say, oh, he's only a selector. No, I could play hip hop. I could play house music. I could play Afrobeat. I could play
anything you want, man. Express yourself musically, man. You feel me? You see, God give you that feeling right here, you know? And it's in your bones, too, because we're Africans, you know, regardless of the fact that we were born here in America and I was born in Jamaica, or vice versa. Your lineage is from Africa.
Right.
Drum and bass, you know what I'm saying? But may know about the bass still, but
with drums
I
still.
know about the drums. You know what I mean? You know what? That is why we are the way we are, and we're no longer just we're like all different shades and colors now. You know what I'm saying to you? Because we know the world is not 100. The world is more mixed than being pure blood and pure race in certain areas, because we have been crossing borders for so long. You know what I mean? Everybody is now bitten by a little piece of the African vibe.
Absolutely.
In their own way, reggaeton. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Afrobeat, yeah, everything. Pop music right now, predominantly, if you check it out, it's really dancehall.
And now, I'm a piano. Are you familiar with I'm a piano?
No, what's that?
Piano is South African house music.
Oh, never
So
heard of that
that's
before.
like the new wave that's like running the world in the UK, South Africa, Nigeria, all over the continent of Africa. It's like the new wave. It's like,
and you
it's
realize
incredible.
that most of the new waves that has been happening for the last couple of years has been from Africa.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So DeVille, man, it's been a absolute pleasure, man. And let them know where they can find the new music and the new project and everything.
Of course, you know, Happy is now out. You know, it's presently it's now available on all your streaming platforms worldwide, and on your online stores like your iTunes and so on and so forth, your Amazon Music, your Google Music, you know, Spotify. You feel me? If you need directions to that, of course, you know, you can check out my IG page, which is Davil Music on IG, my Facebook page, Davil Music, but of course, most importantly, my website, davilmusic.com. You know, check it out, and you know, my YouTube channel and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's all there. The video is coming next. We're working on it right now, but for the time being, the song is out, and make sure you go take a listen, man.
Mad. I heard the song. I love it. I'm excited for the project to come. When is the project dropping?
Well,
Or are you just dropping singles?
I'm dropping singles right now.
Okay.
Originally, I wanted to put out a single per month, but somebody was like, "What are you doing, man? You got to give the song room to operate." And to how happy is going right now, I have to give it a couple of months, at least three to 6 months to see what happens in between. But after month 3, I'll see where we're at before I drop our next single, and then we go from there. But the aim is to release the album for summer at this point. Independently produced, my production, my label, Global Merchant Music Group. Yeah.
Amazing, man. You know, we're going to have you back because we're going to start doing some roundtable discussions.
Yeah.
I think what you have to say will be very valuable. So we definitely have to bring you back. And your story was inspiring, very dope. I look at you in a completely different light now, bro. You're my hero now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm Superman.
So, yeah. So, man, DJ Kash, the Fly Haitian Kid. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, share it. We're gone.
God bless.